So good evening everyone, I am Erica Panis and my topic is all about a standard order in SAP ERP. So SAP ERP is an enterprise resource planning software na dinevelop ng isang German company. So sinasabi rin dito na sa SAP ERP naka-include yung mga key business functions ng isang organization. So now I will discuss how Peter's sales order process would work with an SAP ERP system in place, and you will learn how this ERP system can make Peter's sales order process more accurate and efficient. So notice that ERP allows business processes to cut across functional area lines. So next is taking an order in SAP ERP. So in figures 3-2, it shows an order entry screen in SAP ERP Enterprise Center Component 6.0 system. So SAP ERP ECC is an on-premises ERP system that is commonly referred to as simply SAP ERP. So the ECC software integrates digital information that created in one area of a business with data from other areas of the same business in real time. So in this screen shows the sold to party where the customer's identification number is entered, purchase number or the purchase order number that is assigned by the customer to this sales order, and the required delivery time, so the date which is the customer would like to receive the order, material and order quantity, so in what the customer is ordering. So the important fields in the screen are summarized in figure 3-3. So these are the data entry field. First is sold to party, which is identification number assigned to customer. Second, purchase order number. So the number assigned by the customer to the sales transaction. So this is different from the sales order number assigned by the seller using SAP ERP to the sales transaction. So in a paper process, the purchase order number is usually a sequential or number printed on the purchase order form. So the required delivery date, so the date for the order requested by the customer. So the SAP ERP system will evaluate the ability to meet this date and suggest alternatives if necessary. So the material, which is the item that is requested by the customer. The order quantity is the number of units of material that the customer is requesting. So in SAP ERP, a sales order clerk must enter code numbers for customer's name and the product sold. So rather than using customer and product item names, kasi di naman maiwasan na merong mga customer na may kaparehong pangalan. So every customer has a unique number that is assigned by the company in their database. So this number acts as the primary identifier for the customer. So in database terminology, such codes are called key fields. So for most data entry fields, the SAP ERP system determines whether an entry is valid or invalid. So in figure 3-4 shows how SAP ERP lists the system's 34 predefined sales order document types. So AA stands for promotion order, BV is the cash sale, CRMC is for CRM complaint, and CRMR is for CRM returns, ED is issue by external agent. So EDKO is the correction, CR stands for credit memo request, KA is for consignment pickup, KAZU consignment complaints, KV is for consignment fill up, KE is for consignment issue, F charge. KR is for KRZU is for consignment return complaints. DR is for debit memo. L is for and LB is for debt memo request. So, sa dami ng code sa system, ito, hindi mo naman siya kailangan kabisaduhin lahat ng codes kasi once na i-record mo naman yung item sa system, si sales clerk is pwede naman niyang i-click ang sold to party field to display as search icon and click yung search icon para ma-open naman yung search window which is shown in figure 3-5. So, by clicking in the sold to party field, it shows up a search icon, and by clicking the search icon, it shows up a search window with numerous options. Using the different tabs in this search window, the clerk can search for customers using different criteria. For example, part of the customer's address, such as city, whether he lives in Pasig or in Cainta, so on, to narrow the list produced by the search. So, conducting a search using the criteria of distribution channel, specifying direct distribution and division, which is specifying snack bar sales division, produces a list of customers shown in figure 3-6 from which the clerk can pick the correct customer. In the SAP ERP system, a range of information is stored about each customer in multiple tables. So these data are referred to as customer master data. Master data are data that remain fairly stable, such as customer's name and address. Master data are maintained in the central database and are available to all SAP ERP modules, including the sales and distribution and financial and controlling. So, the information about materials is in table, collectively called material master data, which are used by the materials management and production planning modules in addition to the sales and distribution module. The SAP ERP system allows a company to define various ways to group its customers and salespeople. These groupings are called organizational structures. So, one important organizational structure for Peter Snacker is the distribution channel. So, the channel of distribution refers to the overall flow of information and goods from original manufacturer to end consumer. So, the wholesaler, also known as the distributor, acquires goods from a manufacturer, farmer, or miner, holds them in a distribution center, and then sells them to retailers. Direct sales distribution channel for fitters would help to ensure that customers. So, the direct sales distribution channel are those that allow the manufacturer or service provider to deal directly with its end customer. Like for example, mga reseller ng damit, kumukuha sila ng item sa mga direct supplier and through FB chat sila nakipag-communicate. It would be utilizing a direct distribution channel. So, the figure 3-7 shows a completed sales order screen for an order from West Hills Athletic Club for 10 cases of NRGA bars and 10 cases of NRGB bars. So, West Hills purchase order number for this sales transaction is code WH83128. So, this is a unique number provided by the customer of West Hills that allows us to track orders with its supplier. So, if the customer has a question about an order, it will likely reference that purchase order number So a Twitter employee can look up the status of the order using the customer's purchase number. So alternatively, the order can be located using the sales order number that SAP assigns to these transactions. Notice also that the order screen shows the name of the customer of West Hills Athletic Club and the names of the product and RGA and RGB, even though they were not entered directly during the order process. So remember that when a customer wants to know when an order could be delivered, the sales clerk had to make a phone calls. The SAP ERP system simplifies the data entry task, reducing the entry time and the possibility of error. So when the SAP ERP system is instructed to save a sales order, it performs inventory sourcing. That is, it carries out checks to ensure that the customer sales order can be delivered on the requested delivery date. Kapag yung requested delivery date is hindi na-meet, the SAP ERP system is automatically propose alternatives to the sales order clerk. So, the example shown in figure 3-8, it shows that so the example shown in figure 3-8, it shows what the sales order clerk will see if only 5 cases of NRGA bars will be available by the requested delivery time. So these are the three options proposed by the SAP ERP. First is to reduce the order quantity of NRGA cases to 5, which can be delivered by the requested delivery date. Second is delay shipment of the NRGA bars for 3 days when 10 cases will be available. The third is ship 5 cases by the requested delivery date and ship 5 cases at the later date. Once again, my name is Erica Panis, and that's all. Thank you for listening.